Alrighty, so I'm going to call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. Thank you all for coming. Today we do not have Jasmine, so can someone lead us in prayer, please?
I can do it.
Okay, thank you.
If everyone could close their eyes and bow their heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us here today. Allow our work to be within your will and allow us to get it done effectively and efficiently, Lord. Thank you for all the many blessings that you have given us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Uh, Jordan, can you please take quorum, please?
Okay, Senator Broussard.
Here.
I'm sorry. Senator Carton.
Here.
Senator Ezel. Senator Hassell. Senator Jackson.
Here.
Senator Jarvis.
Here.
Senator McDaniel.
Here.
Senator Murphy. Senator Rouge. Senator Simmons. Senator Stelling. And Senator Spears.
Here.
Okay, thank you. So can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
I move that we approve the minutes from last meeting. So moved.
Okay, and can I have a motion to approve today's agenda?
I, Senator Carthen, motion to approve today's agenda.
So moved.
Alrighty, and so can I lastly have a motion to open the floor for discussion for budgets?
I, Senator Jackson, move to open the floor for discussion of budgets.
So moved.
Alrighty, so first we have the Express U Club. Is a representative here to present their budget?
Hi, I'm here to represent Express U. And do you want me to just sort of go through what we have on XConnect?
Yes, I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
What's today?
I'll put my name.
Alrighty.
Okay. So we plan to have about 4 or 5 events towards the end of this year. We wanted to do them sooner, but now it's okay because it'll still be warm outside for them. So the first event is an open mic, and the open mic is going to be it's going to be for vocal performers, whether it's like rap artists, poets. We also have people who created visual stories, and we also have people who did some pottery. So that's going to like decorate the scene or whatever. So we have our budget in there for the decorations as well, because outside of the art decorations, we're just going to need like hanging lights and maybe like a red carpet sort of deal. We just want to set the scene for open mic. For the food, we want it to be finger sandwiches, things that are easy to eat, and probably like a coffee bar or a tea bar, something like that. And then we also need the keyboard, because we're not going to hire a DJ, but we will have 2 of the members of our club. So most of our events are going to be club ran since we're creatives. And so 2 of the members of our club, one of them is a producer, he makes beats, and the other one is a rapper, but he actually plays the keyboard as well. They're going to do the DJing for the event, and yeah, sounds and transitions. So for community service, right now I am working with Max Prep to plan this. I attended community service with Our Story, and we want to do something very similar to that. They're going to let us do their creative day. We're going to host the creative day for Our Story. And then we also want to we also want to, so for the transportation, I'm actually not sure how much that costs through the school. I might need some more direction with that amount, but we want to do 2 community service days. But we also wanted to do like through Max Prep, hopefully I can set it up weekly so that we're going to a school weekly at a different location than our story. Our story is going to be our introduction to the community service. So we'll just take their transportation for that event. And we need transportation for 2 events for ourselves or weekly transportation. So I don't know how much that would be. But yeah, if someone could help us update that, that would be nice. Okay, and then these are the only events we put in here right now because they're going to be coming up first. We've got the club shirts. So we designed a logo. It's sort of like an insignia. We had multiple people design t-shirt designs, and then we created an emblem for the club. We think that's important for our branding, just, you know. And then because we're starting as a club, and I want to have some sort of representation on campus that can be easily seen, people can recognize. And then we have the Art Museum Sip and Paint. So for this event, we are going to be going to the city park and just sort of setting up a picnic scene. We're gonna have picnic food. And it's going to be a space for students to just vibe on a good day and create their art. It's going to be, all of these events are open to students, like all students in the school. So for people who attend the events and do not already do their own art and have their own art supplies, we will need extra funds for art supplies for them. And we also were hoping to have the tickets for the art museum funded because we want to have a guest speaker that's a local artist come and speak at the event and just teach us something about creativity or whatever piece they have to say. And we wanted to just allow students access to the art museum during that time period on a Saturday afternoon. Then we have the fashion show, which is going to be our main event. Biggest event at the end of the semester. We're going to have students thrift. I do have some questions about this because we're thinking about potentially making it a fundraiser event and then donating that money to wherever we do community service in an effective way. But for the fashion show event, we're gonna have designers, makeup artists, fashion models, nail artists, and we're gonna have DJs. So someone's gonna curate, the soundtrack for the whole show. It's definitely going to feature the work of artists on our campus in the soundtrack. And we will also have designers take the clothes that they thrift and create looks for the models. We want to be able to advertise, sort of like the Spectro event that's happening tomorrow. We want to be able to advertise entrepreneurs on campus and just like artists on campus. So even if they're not a part of the club, we sort of want like a gallery of like posters, flyers there so that people can see, what's going on. And then transportation is going to be needed for that event because we want to do it somewhere. Somewhere nice. We might end up just doing it in the hotel. So transportation might not be needed because there's a lot of nice rooms in the hotel. But I can find specifics out about that. The main budgets we need right now is the open mic and the sip and paint. And yeah, for the art museum. Okay. Moving forward to the movie night. This will be towards the end of the semester. And again, all students are welcome. We will be featuring some films, a couple short films from students in the club, but then we'll also be just watching, we're gonna have selected films to watch that are like masterpieces. And I don't think we're gonna have to actually take off transportation for that one because we're definitely doing that at the hotel. And there's the shuttles that can work for that. Then Tickets for a movie. I don't know. Okay, so my treasurer added tickets for a movie on there, and I don't think that's necessary. We won't need any tickets for the movie. It's going to be showing in. It's going to be showing inside the, yeah, venue. I did go over this, but these are things I'm noticing now that I am talking to y'all. So yeah, are there any questions?
I see here you have a potluck. Can you tell us about the potluck before we ask questions?
Oh yes. Okay. So the potluck, we want to have that out on the yard in early to mid-April, and we want it to be just a collection of different cultures, and we want to represent cultures in food and art and dancing, and music. So yeah, that'll just be out in the yard for people to get food, vibe, dance a little, see someone perform.
Alrighty. Senators, do y'all have any questions for Nia? Right? Question.
I have a question. What would you say is about like the average turnout for your event?
So we've just started as a club. This is our first semester. Last semester we were an interest group and we did a joint event with SGA Wellness Day. That was a smaller turnout, but I think that event just wasn't advertised very much. I think that this semester, the turnout for our events, because we did host sort of a gallery just so people could see what was going on and and we also did get new members through the gallery. But we had about 20 people come to that, and it was only advertised for like a week or less. So this semester, as soon as we get our budget, our communications already has the flyers ready for all these events, and we want to definitely make it apparent that these events are going to happen. I feel like sometimes when there's things going on campus, it's not always the information not made available to everyone. There are some organizations that are very good about doing that, and so we do want to follow suit because I think that this club can be really good for students. We have a lot of creative people on our campus and entrepreneurs, and whether they just want to experience our events or actually join the club, I want to open it to as many people as possible. So the goal for attendance at events, I will set at 40.
Okay, thank you. And I have one more question. For the t-shirts or the shirts, about like, it's $300 for how many?
So I think our treasurer needs to submit a payment request for the t-shirts and like everything else. So right now we're really looking at 15 or 15, 20. We're looking at 20 t-shirts with our logo put on them. So I can get back to you. We can find exactly who we're going to get the t-shirts from and how we're going to get the logo put on them. And I can let you know the amount for that, because that is something that we would want soon. We'd want the t-shirts, what else? The sip and paint and the open mic. T-shirts, sip and paint, and open mic are important, as well as transportation for community service.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question about the open mic night. So where is it going to be exactly? And when it comes to the keyboard, so I know you were saying that your members they're a producer themselves. So is the keyboard going to be for the club in general for you guys to use in the future? Or is this something that you don't have to pay for and like the producer himself can actually bring his own keyboard?
No. So yeah, and that's another thing about our club. We really hope to offer resources to these students. So like I've connected some students to the art district where they're able to use the resources in there. But we do want to have some things that our club owned, like a keyboard. We don't need recording material because there's the mass comm room. And we also need maybe like a projector situation and a camera. But these are things that we would keep within the club.
And where is the mic night gonna be again?
Oh, I'm sorry. We want to do that in the UC ballroom.
Thank you.
I have a question. So you said you have all the flyers together. That means you have dates set and you've talked to the people you need to talk to get these venues like booked.
So we've constantly been readjusting the dates because of our holdup with the budget. Our treasurer hit a funk and just wasn't able to get it submitted at the last budget hearing. So I've just been adjusting the dates of the events. I need to contact the people to reserve the locations. And I'm working with our community service contact right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I have a question as well. So did your treasurer attend the treasurer talks with Kevin?
Yeah. I don't know if he attended multiple, but I know he definitely attended one and he filled out a Google form. Yeah. And he also rewatched like a YouTube video or something about it. I was in there with him when he watched it, so I overheard some things, but do you ladies think that it would be beneficial for me as the president to watch the treasurer video on my own?
I mean, if you want to, just so you can know how to write invoices, but that was my question because for like the t-shirts and stuff, like you would have to make a purchase request, but the reason they were asking how many t-shirts is because like $300 worth of t-shirts is like maybe
Like a lot.
So just making sure that you all know, like you should have looked up like the range of how much money it would cost. So like not just putting a number in, it should be like, oh, I know for food, I know we want to spend 150 because we've looked up how much the finger sandwiches cost, how much the chips cost. So that way, if you go over or under, you've added a little more just in case you go over, and you have just enough. So then you don't have to come back to the Senate to request a new budget.
Okay, definitely. So yeah, I guess we were a bit confused. We thought that the payment requests were separate than the budget, but we're actually having a e-board meeting right after this meeting. So I can have the treasurer update that, and if he needs any help, I can help him with it.
Okay, and we're still going to review it today, and I'm going to email you regarding like the Senate's decisions, but just like that's just a heads up for next year because I know you guys are a new organization, but you will be continuing
yes
throughout the year. So what you want to do is kind of like be proactive. So if you know you want to buy food, know how many you want to buy it for and how much a box of chips costs. So you're like, okay, I know I'm going to get about 3 boxes of chips, and that's probably about going to be like $30. So instead of just like putting like a number in, because then that'll like budget more and it'll be clearer to the senators in a sense when they're like asking questions. You don't have to be like, super specific. That's what the purchase request is for.
Okay, so
in a ballpark range for the budget. So like once this budget is approved, then all this money will be allocated to your account, and then you will submit a purchase request so that you can get a check or use the card. So that's how it works.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Do y'all have any other questions, senators?
I have a slight question. I don't know if y'all answered this already. My apologies. I did come in a few minutes late. So for the transportation expense, okay, so it says 2 times $200. Is it like $200 per bus?
Yeah, I actually was gonna ask y'all about that because I know we can get transportation through the school. How do I do that? Who do I contact? Or do you know an estimate of how much it'll be?
Yes. So if you have a person in your like club that is that is a van certified person, so they can like they're certified to drive vans, then you can just reserve a van for free. But if you don't have a student, then you'll need to reach out to Dean Keller to see, if you can rent a bus and a driver. If you have somebody who is a certified van driver, then you just need to reach out to Dean Keller um, just to rent a bus. I mean, to reserve a bus or a van. So
So you said reach out to Dean Keller.
Daryl Keller. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can get more information on that.
Through him. Thank you.
So currently, is there like a transportation system that you found that was $200 for the bus?
I think my treasurer literally guessed for that amount because he was telling me that he didn't know how much it was either. So thank you for putting me in contact or letting me know who to contact, because I can go ahead and email them and update that in the budget myself. And I'm going to talk to my treasurer right after this and have them update, or I guess look at the specific items and make sure that this reflects it accurately. But this seems like a pretty good, I mean, it seems like a pretty good estimate of what we will need. The keyboard, like that price was looked at. And then the decorations and food is like, we're probably gonna have this amount of people here and they just guessed we can use this amount of money, but we need to look at how much do chips cost and how much do finger sandwiches cost.
Okay. So like Vice President Mayweather was saying, hold on. Like Vice President Mayweather was saying, it is important to be specific about those kinds of things because the money we give y'all is real. So
Yeah.
we don't want to end up with too much left over. And then, maybe the next time around we'll be hesitant to give you as much money, because you guys didn't really think about what it was. Y'all just said $200. So,
Right.
just making sure that you actually look it up and plan it out would be like helpful for us to gauge how much you need. Because some people come in here and they don't ask for enough and they get more because they're so detailed and we understand what they put on there. So you don't also want to shortchange yourself either. Like, what if the bus costs $250, $300, you only put $200, and now it's like you short. So just it's really, really important that you guys really research that type of stuff. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you answering my questions.
Yes, thank you. Are
there any other questions? Senators?
In the chat, I'm just gonna put which events are of priority right now, because we do want to be able to have an event ASAP. I know that when we submit a payment request, it takes about a week to 2 weeks to receive the money. Is that true?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So depending on how much you're requesting will depend on when you get it. Also, the treasurer has like check writing day, so you should reach out to your treasurer because she probably talked about that in the treasurer talk. So you will know her check writing days, so you can know, oh, I need to submit a purchase request Sunday because she does check writing on Tuesday or whenever she does it. I don't know. Your treasurer should reach out and ask. That's
to the SGA treasurer. Okay.
And I think it would be beneficial for both of you all to just rewatch the video to make sure it wasn't said in the video, because if it was, then that could decrease like confusion with a lot of emails and stuff, or waiting for an email reply.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely will do. So those are what's of priority right now.
Okay. Well, are there any other questions? If there are no further questions, Nia, what happens next is we go into a breakout room, we have a discussion, and we come back out. And what will happen is I'll email you either tonight or tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, no later than tomorrow afternoon, with the update on your allocation and things like that. So you will get that email tomorrow.
Okay. Would it be helpful if we went ahead and updated in more detail for the open mic, art museum, and t-shirt budgets?
So what's gonna happen is we're gonna base it off what was given today.
Okay.
That's how we'll allocate today. But like if you need to request more money, that was just a suggestion for like the next time you submit a budget. You want
Okay.
a little more specific so that the senators know exactly where the money's going.
hmm
We said it's like real money. But yes, so right now we will review this budget that was submitted.
Okay. I'm just gonna put a note. "40 people turn out."
Are you typing something in the chat?
Yeah, just so y'all have it there.
Oh, cool.
Except for t-shirts, of course, that'll be for the 26 members.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, y'all have a good night. Good luck with school and things.
Thank you.
No problem.
And we're back. I'm going to pull the agenda back up. Okay. So next we have on the budgets is the Muslim Student Association. Is there anyone here to represent for the Muslim Student Association? Okay, we'll come back. Next we have, I think it's NABA. Do we have anyone here to speak on that budget?
Yes, I'm here to speak on behalf of NABA.
NABA, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Alrighty. The floor is yours. Jordan?
Oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, you're good. I just didn't hear you. So I'll make sure you're still there.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to do 2 events, and then we have a community service event. I'll start with the community service event. We've actually already started with that. So we've basically just put out boxes around campus in Xavier South, and I think maybe the UC. And so we're just getting canned goods, and we're going to donate them to the food pantry for the students in St. Mike's. So our president she just came out of pocket for the expenses because we wanted to go ahead and start our community service. And it's just basically going to be $10 because the boxes, I don't know the exact price. I think for the medium boxes, it may have been like 2 something. And I think she may have put like 4 or 5 around campus. So it was that was just $10 for that. So I requested that. And then for our next event, we wanted to do a trivia night, and our trivia night is going to be held April 23rd at 6 p.m. And so basically we're kind of expecting maybe like 20 to 25 students to come from the business department. And what we want to do is just like host a trivia night and then give out gift cards at the end. And so the gift cards will probably be between like $10 and $15. We still have to finalize that amount just in our next meeting, but and we're probably gonna do like a first place, second place, third place type of thing. So that's going to be one of our events. And then our next event is going to be like a movie night. And so this is going to be like this is going to be April 14th at 6, and it's going to kind of be like a Netflix party type of thing. And we're gonna start posting the flyers for that soon to be put on X Connect. And we wanted to do maybe, because all of our events are virtual, so we wanted to do something like giving the students like Walmart gift cards to maybe go and buy snacks for themselves. And so we want to put out the event probably like 2 to 2.5 weeks in advance, and then probably like allow it maybe like a week and a half. And then for the students that sign up, we were gonna have a way to like disperse the gift cards so they can have like their snacks and everything for the movie night. And so I requested that much. So that was pretty much it. We have like simple events because we're a small organization, and so we don't really need a lot of money. So yeah, thank you.
Senators, do y'all have any questions? Okay, Jordan, I do want to let you know that you may have a hard time getting that $10 because
Okay.
they do not like to reimburse students.
Oh, okay.
So because I had someone email me today about reimbursement and it got denied. So I mean, maybe because it's $10, they may approve it, but I just want to give you a heads up with that. But they may not approve that because they don't like to reimburse students.
Okay, that's fine.
Alrighty. Going to open the breakout room. Thank you, Jordan. So like I told Nia, we're going to review the budget, come to a decision, and you will get an email either late tonight or in the morning or no later than about 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Next on the budget, or next on, okay. Next on the agenda, we have the ASU. Do we have anybody to represent ASU today?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay. You can go ahead and present your budget.
Yeah, so basically, we came last time to the Senate meeting to get money for our tie-dye event, but we forgot to account for the sales tax. So this is basically just the sales tax money. That's it.
Alrighty. Senators, do y'all have any questions? All right, we're gonna move to the breakout room. Thank you. Like I said to the other two people, you will receive an email tonight or by 12 p.m. tomorrow on an update of your budget requests.
Okay, thank you.
Well, can y'all see this Excel sheet?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is for their food. This is for okay. They're having a hygiene drive and feeding the homeless. So this is all the stuff they need for that. Their total budget. So they are buying 200 things of deodorant. They are $1 each. Feminine products for $1, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. So they're going to the dollar store and they buying 200 of everything. And then chicken, they get some chicken for 2 pieces is $3. So $600 for 4 pieces. They getting 8 cases of water, some styrofoam containers to keep the stuff cold, I'm guessing. Or no, to serve.
Malia,
We
we
can't
can't.
see what you see.
Okay, I told y'all. You see, look. And y'all just got me over here really talking.
I heard you say Excel, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe she's talking about this PDF. I don't know.
Can y'all see it now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy y'all really didn't hear what I was saying when I was on mute because I was like, wait a minute. I had to look for a second. I was, oh, and I'm recording. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Why did it go back to recording? Did somebody do that? Let's stop sharing. We're gonna have to ask them to cut that out. Zoom recording. Move to the breakout room. Open the breakout room. Alrighty, guys. So that concludes all of our budgets. Next on the agenda, we have some Senate stuff. Let's wait. What y'all see? Stop sharing. Jesus. Can I get this together today? Okay. Okay, y'all see the screen? Okay. So yeah, that ends our budgets. Next on the agenda, we have potential legislation. So can I have a motion to open the floor for discussion on potential legislation?
I, Senator Simmons, open the floor to discuss potential legislation.
So moved.
All right, so we have this thing called the Constitutional Review Act. This is really my idea because I just feel like we need to do more like legislative work. In a sense, I feel like we could do more, and this is gonna be like real easy. So the thought is to every semester we would request from at least 6 organizations like IOC orgs their constitutions. And what we'll do like during the meeting, well, before the meeting and during the meeting, we'll review their constitution. And that'll be based off like what they are currently doing, because a lot of these orgs are introducing new positions and doing this and that, but it's not written down anywhere, which I think is really important to have it written down, because if it's not in writing, it's not worth anything. Like, it's not worth anything. So I think it'll be really important. It'll also make all of the orgs look at their constitution. Like after they present you, because so in order to be an IOC org, you have to present a constitution, like your org's constitution. Nobody looks at that after they create that. So that means we're talking about the NAACP chapter that's been here for forever. They don't look at that constitution. You know what I'm saying? So, well, not necessarily them, but I'm just saying like they weren't the people who started the organization. So they didn't create that constitution. So this would allow like orgs to like revamp their constitutions, add or take away, you know, rules that might be in there. And then also it'll help them like follow their role. Like they'll really know their role. So like if it says vice president and in the constitution, it says vice president creates monthly club body minutes and stuff. Then that way maybe so far they've created a whole position who just makes the PowerPoints and stuff. Now that role can be taken out of vice president and put in that position, or it can be, you know, that position can go away and now they have that, you know, oh, that was the vice president's role. So you know what I'm saying? People can learn about what their roles are and what they really need. So I just wanted y'all's feedback on that to see how y'all feel about that. And also just a couple of senators who would want to meet to just write up that bill. And also a couple of senators who would want to like be kind of like spearheading it. So they'll be the senators who reach out, the senators who choose which organizations will go first, you know, and things like that. And this is something that I want to put in place now so that next semester they can continue this. So it's kind of like my little legacy, you know. So that's my ideas. What are y'all ideas on that? Like, what are y'all thoughts?
I like it. It would help keep things more modern and up to date.
I agree. Yeah, I like it too.
I like it. I think that it can really like bring more awareness to what people don't know. And I think that really is like the key thing here. I mean, because I know I'm part of plenty of organizations, but they don't be like, oh, hey guys, like we do have a constitution. You should read up on it so you can know, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of them probably don't even know they have a constitution. Because like I said, organizations have been put in place for forever ago. Like, so nobody looks at that. They just know they have president, vice president, secretary, treasurer. So that's just one of, and then I have one other idea. I wanted to run it by Mr. Wright before I had presented it, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna, Mr. Wright, this is for you too. Okay, so as a pharmacy student, I have a totally different perspective being SGA vice president as well. It has really like made me step outside my box, because not only am I like holding positions in pharmacy school, but I'm holding positions in SGA, and I see how much pharmacy school can expand, how much SGA can expand from learning from pharmacy, the PSA, and how much PSA can learn from SGA. And one thing that I've noticed is that in order to become an organization on campus, you have to go through IOC. You have to submit everything through IOC, whether that is you're trying to become a pharmacy school organization or an undergraduate organization, a College of Arts and Sciences organization. I've also noticed that the College of Pharmacy organizations are required to go to IOC meetings. But what I did notice is that the College of Pharmacy organizations, their funding doesn't come from IOC. Their funding comes out of the pharmacy funding, which if we look at it, which I'll pull it up really fast from Emmanuel's President UCOT's allocation for the spring. Last minute. 1 second. Okay. Can you all see?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we look at this budget here, we have the College of Arts and Sciences class enrollment-based allocations. So based on how many students are enrolled is how much money each class gets. Well, for the pharmacy school, it's based on how many students gets enrolled. And that's supposed to be how much the College of Pharmacy gets as a whole, whether that's with PSA, the classes, and the organizations in the College of Pharmacy. I see a very big issue with this just because classes are being allocated $300 for the whole year, for the whole semester. Like they're supposed to only be able to spend $300, $400 for them to support their class of 160 students. Or also I see like some of the COP orgs only being allocated maybe $400 or $500, and that's for the whole semester. Whereas like these orgs are coming in, these other IOC orgs are coming in requesting $3,000. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel, oh, go ahead, LaDeja.
Okay, so on behalf of PSA, because I have to sit in PSA budget hearings too, the thing about our budget is like the orgs don't request money, and when they do, they never spend it all. Like, so for this semester, we actually giving them like $300 was way more than what classes even asked for. Like they was coming to the budget hearings asking for $40. So it was more so like we're trying to push them to like do more and let them know like, hey, y'all have money to spend, but it's more so of them not spending their money, like honestly and truly.
So are you saying the classes or like SNAP?
Classes, orgs, all of it. Like the highest budget that we have for an org was maybe like $1,000. And that was them like, and they actually had like events and like thorough events. But like most clubs and classes, like they literally don't ask for money. Like they haven't really been doing too much of anything. So we've been like forcing to give them money. And even like at the end of the semester, they still don't spend it. So it's like coming back to PSA.
Okay. So I guess my thoughts were that, which is why I wanted to meet with Mr. Wright. I also wanted to meet with a couple of College of Pharmacy organizations, and then I was gonna run it by y'all, but since we're here, and I just want to talk about it now because I was so eager. I guess my thoughts were there's a lot of fundraising that goes on in the College of Pharmacy and stuff that helps them, keep money in their account to a sense. And I just feel like other orgs in undergrad don't have to fundraise as much. So I was just my idea of doing this was to let them know that like you're paying $125 for student activities fee too. Like you don't have to do extra fundraising to have funding. So that's why I was thinking of trying to move the College of Pharmacy organizations, clubs and stuff out of the pharmacy, this budget here, because this is based on enrollment allocation. So that means each class and PSA are supposed to get, even distribution. And as me being class president next year, like there's a lot of stuff I want to do. And I don't know if I could just do that with $400. So that's why I was like, well, this won't only benefit these orgs, it'll also benefit me, you know. But I thought it would be a good idea, but maybe I should, you know, go and talk to some of the other orgs. But I just know there's a lot of fundraising, like where that's how they're getting their money, and that's why they aren't really, or that's why they aren't really like requesting money, because they already have it. So because of fundraising. So maybe I should reach out to some more people to get a little more clarification.
And then, okay, so the PSA, what you call it? The Miss Saracen, the lady who's over our advisor, I don't think she's gonna like that, because she likes to see everything. She likes to sit and she wants to see like what clubs are doing, what they're requesting. Like she's heavily involved when it comes to us passing our money to them and all of that. So taking that responsibility away from PSA, I don't think she would necessarily react in a positive way, because she just like she wants to micromanage.
Okay. Well, I guess my only thing is if they're required to go through ILC to become an org, if they're required to go to monthly ILC meetings, then they should have access to ILC funds.
That I agree. But it's like they don't want to ask for it. Like when I tell you, we literally have been forcing money on people. Like we have literally had to force money to these, like to the classes and to the orgs. I don't know like what's been going on, but that was last semester and this semester as well. Like we don't know. That's why it's a lot of money rolled over from last semester, because the money that we were giving them, like nobody just spends it.
And then, okay, so I agree with that. Another reason for another like thought I had to moving them into IOC was to decrease the amount of pressure on the PSA treasurer, because the PSA treasurer has to deal with the PSA's like money. They have to deal with all the classes as well as now all the college of pharmacy organizations. So my thought on moving them into IOC was because they you know, that's like 10 less budgets they gotta look at, you know, every single time. And I'm not saying to take away, you know, the treasurers, like, they can still send their purchase requests to the treasurers and stuff. I just want them to have access to the funds. Like I feel like if they knew they didn't have to fundraise as much, maybe they would request more. Or if this was in person, maybe they request more, because they like when it's in person, there's food in the lobby every day.
Yeah.
So I think maybe just being virtual has really like decreased, you know, how much money they're asking for as well. But
we have an evening meeting tomorrow, so I could like run it by her and ask her opinion. But she's a tough cookie. I'm gonna just tell you that. Like she don't be playing.
Yeah, so my original idea, because my original idea is talk to Mr. Wright, and then Mr. Wright, Miss Saracen, a couple of COP orgs, like we're gonna have a meeting, and that way it's not just me and her. But yeah, I know she's a tough cookie. But I just, I want her. I noticed that like we had like a meeting or whatever. I noticed that a lot of the pressure was like on her. Like I need to see this, I need to see that, and a lot of these orgs are supposed to be like student led, and you're sort of an advisor. So I thought maybe like decreasing the amount of stuff she has to get would help. We're gonna see. But any other senators, what are y'all's thoughts on that? And I also would love for some of y'all to help me, with that legislation, because, we would have to like make changes to the, Constitution, and we also would have to, talk to, other things. Or my alternative was, if they're not going to have to go through, if they're not going to be able to get IOC funds, then they shouldn't have to go to all these IOC meetings, and they shouldn't have to, go through IOC to become an org. they should just, be able to request through PSA or through the dean of the College of Pharmacy to start the org or something. But I know we have to like present at an IOC meeting if you're an interest group, and then you're an interest group, and then you present again, and then you become an org, but that's all at IOC meetings. So yeah, what are y'all thoughts?
I personally didn't realize that like everyone in the College of Pharmacy had to go through the IOC and didn't really get the funding, honestly. It never really occurred to me. So I think now that you brought it up, like this really is something that has to change because it really doesn't seem logical in a sense, in my point of view. So yeah, I think this is like a good idea that definitely needs to be like worked on, definitely needs to be looked into, definitely needs to talk to different organization leaders about that and just get their opinion on it. But I think this is a really good idea.
Okay. Mr. Wright, what were your thoughts? Because I know I hadn't talked to you about it yet.
No, it makes perfect sense. And I think that the strategy around getting student buy-in specifically, you probably would benefit from talking to the other president-elects within the pharmacy school to be able to see where they stand on this, so that when you come to that meeting with myself and Dean Schneider and Ms. Sarah Zen, it's not Malia's trying to get something for the P3 class, but the pharmacy school's leadership is trying to restructure the way in which students have access to resources. But I'm ready for that conversation whenever you guys are.
Alrighty, sounds good. Well, I'll definitely start working on that. And so do I have any volunteers to help with the Constitutional Review Act? Any volunteers?
I can help you.
I'll help.
You just gotta catch me up to speed though about like.
Yeah, we'll have a.
I'm not really in touch with like PSA, so. But
Well,
I
no,
think
not okay. You want to help with the moving the organizations and moving the pharmacy organizations into IOC, or the Constitutional Review Act, which is like we're gonna reach out to IOC orgs to ask them for their constitutions, to see are y'all still using this constitution or does it need to be updated?
okay, I can help with the Constitution No Review Act.
Okay.
I'll be more of service in that department.
Okay, and who else said yes to that?
I can help with the constitutional one.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. And then pharmacy, I'm volunteering LaDeja, Alexis, and then do we have any other volunteers?
I want to volunteer.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So what I'm gonna do with those is I have all of y'all's numbers, so I probably will make a group chat and we'll meet soon. This week I don't have any tests, y'all, so it's like I'm on vacation. I really could have went somewhere. So yeah, so we'll talk about that. And that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any announcements, anything going on in y'all's lives that y'all want to talk about? All right then. Can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Senator Jackson moved to end the meeting.
So moved.
Okay, at 7:28, the meeting has been adjourned. Thank you all so much for tonight. Love y'all's energy tonight. Y'all have a good night, okay?
Good night.
Good night.